Okay, Chuggalos. It's day 16 of the Brew Crew Podcast Barrel House Advent Calendar 2024. Day 16. And today is a special day because what we're going to participate in today and partake of is something that is very near um, what may have been considered at one point to be the pinnacle beer for the extravaganza, but didn't quite make that. And so we, 2 days later, here we are, and we're going to be drinking this one today. Do you see it? There. Ah. Anyway, it is another shorty. So excited about that because it was in the keg. This libation is called The Butcher and the Brewer. It's from The Butcher and the Brewer, an Ohio brewery. It's bourbon barrel aged barley wine called Barleyswine. Get it? Catchy name, huh? 2019. It's 13.1%. I almost said 31% alcohol by volume, but it's 13.1% ABV. And it was aged in bourbon barrels by check this out, by a bourbon maker called Tom's Foolery. So it's been in Tom's Foolery's barrels. Now, if that's not appropriate and ironic at the same time, I don't know what is. I find that very humorous. But anyway, 14 months. 14 months in the barrel. That's a long bloody time for beer. So that's like a wine. That's like a really good wine. and it's like bourbon. So I'm excited for this. I think all of us have been. Really looking forward to digging in this one. By this time, it's like 10:30. I'm sure everyone else of you on the Brew Crew podcast, all you Chuggalos, have already done yours for tonight. I haven't looked at a single one of them. I don't want to have any giveaways, right? I don't know much else about this beer. I looked around for it. I couldn't find anything on it. So not really sure what's gone into it, hops wise or malt or whatever, but it's a barley wine and it's strong. So I get a sense for what it's going to probably taste like. Barley wines typically tend to take on a certain character all their own, and they tend to be somewhat similar across them. Anyway, we're going to pop this baby right now. Oh, interesting top art. Actually, it doesn't say anything to me today, so I guess I didn't get the... but it's kind of cool, huh? Looks like eyeballs. Eyeballs. At least I didn't get this one today. Yeah, that's right. I'm keeping that one. Yeah. For any guests who decide to act up while they're at Phil's house. Okay. And here we go, Chuggalos. The pour. And away we go. Well, not much carbonation. There's like virtually no head on this thing at all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What could it mean? 2019, that's been sitting down for 5 years now. Yeah. We'll see. Sometimes after that long, beer starts, well, not barley wine though typically, but a lot of beer after 5 years will start declining slowly. Some of the character will leach out of it and the carbonation will vaporize off, etc. So we'll see. There's literally, I don't see any carbonation in this, hardly at all. And I don't see any head. Very little nose. Normally, bourbon barrels, barrel aged bourbon barrels, you definitely smell something. I tasted it in the first taste for sure. Mm. Hmm. Wow. I'm not tasting anything that I thought I should taste. Not that that's not a bad thing. Sometimes it's not a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a fun thing. Interesting to be surprised and taste something new and different with some different tastes that you weren't expecting. That's kind of cool, fun sometimes. But in this case, not so much. Um, yeah, this is. I wonder if there's some if that bottle wasn't capped properly because this thing is flat. It is flat. I mean, you see, there's not. I didn't get any head when I poured. I don't know if any of you other chuggalos, had the same experience as I did just now, but there's no zip on it at all. There's no carbonation whatsoever. Um, got some sweetness up front, and it's definitely boozy, um, as you'd expect. 13.1. Um, Not a lot of I don't know, not a lot of hop character or bitterness to balance it. Very little aroma. Um, I got very little bourbon barrel aroma even on it, although I'm getting some of that in the finish. This is not a really great pour. Um, so I'm going to withhold my judgment a little bit on the beer itself because it may have been, there's when you get a shorty from the barrel house, it's in their kegs, right? And their kegs are carbonated, so they pump carbonation in there to give it some carbonation and all that stuff. So when you pour it out of the keg, it's a nice little foamy head and all that stuff. This is transferring it from a keg into a bottle and capping it. The cap's supposed to obviously hold all that stuff inside. But if it's uh, manually carbonated with CO2 in a keg, um, it's not likely that that carbonation will stay long in the bottle because it's not naturally in there. It hasn't been in there a long time. It hasn't brewed and fermented the carbonation from the inside out, where the carbonation stays in the brew until you release it, and you can see it come off as as vapor when you pop the thing open, right, and you pour it. This has got nothing. So this is going to be a really short one today, guys, because this was very disappointing. Very disappointing. It's got a great color. It's kind of a reddish, kind of a deep reddish golden, kind of a cool color, but flavor profile is not there. Mm. Yeah, I am surprised and shocked to say this, but JT, this is a drink pour. This is a drink pour. Yeah, I'm not going to finish this thing, man. This is not tasting great. So I'm going to have to give it a 1.0. I think that's definitely the lowest score I've given for anything this year, and it's the lowest score I can remember giving in a long time, a couple years. So very disappointing today, but tomorrow's day 17, and tomorrow's another day. It brings another beer, and it brings another day. So anyway, Chuggalos, I hope this was an anomaly. I do. I hope this was an anomaly that was just an instance of this, the instance of my beer in this particular bottle with that particular eyeball cap, and the cap wasn't put on tightly enough, and the air leaked out, and over the course of the last, 16 days, actually more than that, because we got this back in November, right? And we laid it down, put it in the fridge, and let it sit until December 1st. So it's been at least, 3.5 weeks, almost a month. Yeah, this thing could have gone totally flat in a month if there was some air that had gotten out in the bottle. So when I cracked it, you probably noticed I don't remember if I heard anything or not. It doesn't pop a bell to me. So anyway, I am talking a lot, and it's already 9 minutes, going on 10 minutes right now. And there's nothing really to say. I haven't drank anything, and I don't really care for it, and I gave it a very low score. 1.0 for SFIL today, day 16. Signing out. Have a good night, Chuggalos. We'll see you in the morning. We'll see you, actually, maybe not in the morning, but we'll see you tomorrow on day 17. All right. Ciao.